Hi guys, and welcome to my 9th Rome Total War online commentary battle. My name is Biscuits of the Heaven Clan, and today I'm going to be bringing you another 3 versus 3 31k rules. This one's a little bit special. I've got myself in the Heaven Clan, teaming up with our allies in the Greek clans, Cleo and the Greek clan leader, who I'm going to try and pronounce his name, Hashimosis. I'm really sorry if I've mispronounced that. I can barely pronounce British names, let alone Greek names. But effectively, to celebrate the Heaven and the Greek clan having an alliance, we're working together with our message boards, and hopefully we'll have a few internal tournaments together. I'm going to bring you a 3 versus 3. So it's myself and the Greeks versus, we've got a couple of Brotherhood members and our friend JackFrost of the Heaven Clan in the opposite side. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly introduce the armies so you know exactly what we've got today. With myself, I brought my standard build of 14 urban cohort, 1 legendary fuss cohort and 5 Praetorian cav. Greek player, playing as Greeks, has brought what's he got here? 12 Spartans and 8 Cretan archers. So he's pretty much got the whole archer contingency to cover all 3 armies. None of us have brought archers apart from him, and therefore that means that Cleo of using Macedon doesn't have to worry about getting any archers. He can just focus on getting pikes and companion cav, and he's brought 14 Royal Pikemen and 6 Companion Cav. So we've got a fairly spread out even army. Greeks are going to basically have the archers for all of our entire army, so that basically means that myself and Cleo can concentrate on sorting out the infantry as well as the cav, and then we've got a few Spartans there which will basically be able to hold the ground. Because he's got so many archers, the extra money that he saved there has managed to go into beefing up the upgrades on these Spartans. So what I'll do, I'll just forward it for a few moments to get ready for the other guys to start deployment. And whilst we're just waiting, I'll just say a big thank you for all of the guys that have been watching my videos, sending in little comments, putting likes, subscribing. Really appreciate it. It's really nice to see that all these videos actually somebody is actually watching them somewhere and enjoying them, and I'll keep on posting these videos each week. I usually try to get out 2 a week, 1 on a Tuesday and 1 on a Saturday, so it's spread out throughout the week. Again, if there's any particular type of battle you want to see, or if you just want to have a 1 versus 1, give me a shout and I'll happily give you a battle at any time. So looks like we're now finishing off our formations, so the other team should be popping their head up any time now, hopefully. There we go. I'll just quickly pause it just while I introduce these armies. So I've got our friend JackFrost in the Heaven Clan. He's on the opposite team today, and he has got really heavy on the infantry. He's got 15 urbans, 1 legendary cohort, which is general unit, which is going to be good for boosting morale, and then 4 Praetorian cav. We've got Sam Crow of the Brotherhood's clan, great player. He has got 3 Praetorian cav, 2 archers and 15 urbans, so again heavy on the infantry build. And then last but not least, we've got Talos. He's brought 17 urbans and 3 Praetorian cav. So team 2, if we call them, they've pretty much gone really heavy on the infantry, on the urbans. They've got a whopping 47 urbans between the 3 of them, and 10 Praetorian cav, and 2 archers. So if we compare that to our team here, we're going to beat them in the archer build. We've got 8 Cretan archers, and we've got 11 cav. So slightly, maybe got the edge on the cav. But they certainly have definitely got the edge when it comes for the infantry. So let's get the game started. So the first part of the game is going to include all 3 members basically bunching up, getting into the centre to get into formation. What we could have done, the Greek player, we could have used our archer superiority to basically rush forward and get a few flank shots, but as you see in a second, the Greek player is basically going to spread out his archers in a long line to effectively help us fight the Romans. And in comes Kilo with his Macedonian units. He's rushing in here, trying to all match up in the centre. So I've got myself in the centre, I'll have the Spartans to one flank, and I'll have the Macedonians the other flank. As you can see, I've split my army into 3 segments. Got my majority in the centre, my left wing and my right wing. So these are going to be used to help my pike allies, and then my cav at the back. So here we go, you can see the Cretan archers, they've all been spread out there in a long line. They'll slowly probably move forward until they're in range of some of their units. In the meantime, Sam Crow, he's got his 2 archers to run around the side here. He's probably going to try and get some flank shots at these Spartans. So again, we're edging forward, trying to get into position, and what I'll do, I'll put it onto normal speed now. So all armies are slowly edging forward. Not sure if these archers are in range yet. They are being shot at by these Roman archers, but hopefully these Cretan archers with extra upgrades will be able to make kill them off pretty quickly. So Greece charging in their Spartans here. They're getting some shots right into their faces by these archers, but they have got these huge shields, so they should be quite safe. It's only until the archers wrap around the back and get some flank shots will they do any damage. So I'm moving my infantry up to support the Spartans here. JackFrost is moving his guys, spreading them out a bit more, so a better formation. Spartans are probably going to try and sort out a bit of a flank here, but whilst they're doing this, they are getting shot at by these Roman archers. So what I'm going to do now to support the Spartans, I'm using 2 of my Praetorian cav to chase down these 2 archers and basically take them out of the game. I'm also doing that and bringing in the bulk of my infantry to line up against JackFrost. JackFrost is retreating backwards to get his guys back into formation to try and prevent us from getting that flanking edge. As you can see in the background, my 2 cav are chasing down these archers here to make sure that my those Spartans won't be attacked. So here we go, we start the first volley. JackFrost is chucking in his peeler, so you can see the storm of peeler coming through on these urbans. They've killed quite a few of these Spartans, they're down to 65 opposed to 80. Their pikes are down, so they will do pretty increase their stats when it comes to defense against the peeler. In the meantime, Sam Crow sent in his urbans, and you can see they're quite bunched up here, so they're going to be pretty packed together and about to probably unleash an absolute storm on my urbans. So here we go, you can see this absolute hail of peeler being chucked, and my guys are just dropping down like flies at the moment. I think at this stage I decided I need to put these guys into Studo to try and lessen the damage of all these peeler, but you'll just see the pure volume of peeler being chucked from BTI. By the time my guys get into Studo formation, I don't think I'm actually going to have any urbans left. Yep, I think I've got I've got 2 urbans left, so they've pretty much been absolutely wiped out. In the meantime, my right wing, I've swung around the side here. What I'm trying to do is flank JackFrost here, so I can try and throw some payload into the side. And this will give the Spartans a good chance to rush forwards. In the meantime, if you notice these Cretan archers in the back, they're now in range of these horses, so there's an absolute storm of arrows being fired at these Praetorian cav. I'm not sure if JackFrost has noticed that, but his horses are starting to drop like flies. I'm bringing my guys around. I've got now the support of my cav. Talos is bringing his cav over to this side, and whilst this is all going on, there's a constant barrage of missile fire from these archers. Sam Crow is sent in his urbans to attack my guys. One of his units has routed, and what the Spartans are doing here is really smart. They're moving in some of their Spartans just to help defend our line here. So to prevent the Brotherhood or JackFrost basically doing any cav charges. If they do any cav charges, they're going to get impaled upon these pikes. So it's a bit of a long Berlin Wall structure that's going to be created in the moment of pikes, just to help them hold the ground against the all the urbans that they're going to be against. So Sam Crow sent in a cav charge at my urbans here. I've had my guys in guard mode, so it's limited amount of damage. I've still got over 3 units. I'm probably now going to try and pull these guys back just to hold the flank here, so I can't leave them here because they're a bit too vulnerable. And in comes Talos with his bulk of his urbans. So I need to get my guys out of there because they're not going to be able to hold the line against overwhelming all of these forces against my 3 urbans. In the meantime, another one of JackFrost's units have routed. It's probably because of a combination of my peeler, also from the Spartans moving forward. And there's another urban that's routed there. So I brought my guys around the back here to defend, and it looks like now it's Talos' turn to get the flanking attack. So he's got the numbers on his side. He's going to throw some peeler here, as you can see, into the sides of these Spartans and do quite a bit of damage. So Kilo's sending in his companion cav to help out with my cav, because I've only got 3 urbans here. What I'm probably going to do is bring some of these urbans up here just to help defend. I've put these guys into guard mode, so hopefully they can hold the line so they won't rout. These Spartans have been surrounded. Now, as you can see, Talos has taken his guys out of formation. Now he's put them into Testudo, which is a bit of a risky strategy, because now his guys are going to be in Testudo. He's going to be quite vulnerable against cav charges. Yes, they have got a cav here to get an encirclement, but his infantry, although he's got the higher numbers, are going to be quite vulnerable if he leaves them in Testudo. So whilst this is going on, there's still a constant barrage of archers hitting these Julii cabs. So you can see their numbers are dwindled down to 9, 24 and 37. Kilo's gone in for a cav charge, so he's got the cav charge bonus. And then he's also got 3 units to attack the other Praetorian cav. In the meantime, I've charged in my cav here, aiming at this general unit. So charged in there, there's no counter charge because the other guys, they're fighting these Macedonian cav. Because the Macedonian cav got the charge in first, as well as supported arrow fire, these guys are routed. They've therefore freed up these companion cav to fight the remaining Brutii cav. I've pulled back my guys. I'm going to charge them in for another charge. Again, I'm aiming for this general unit. I want to try and rout them as quick as possible. The Macedonians have routed finally these 3 remaining Brutii cav. and then it's just a case of bringing in these cav to help me mop up the last remaining units. Some of Talos's cav has come back and they've gone in for another charge, but they have already routed before, so their efficiency is going to be somewhat diminished, and as they charge into my infantry they're going to rout. So I'll go in for my third cav charge, third time lucky, hopefully I can break these units. Companion cav are now coming in the side. I've now successfully managed to crush
the enemy general flees. Press
that
forward.
wing there.
Great gods be praised. The enemy
Now,
general is killed. Fear makes a home in our enemy's hearts.
Barrage of pikes here. So Talos, they've lost this wing battle. They're now going to try and circle around the side here, but Kilo's watching what's going on here. Cleo has moved out his pikes to try and meet these urbans that are trying to surround. In the meantime, because we've crushed this wing here, I'm moving my infantry around. I've managed to get my cav around the side, so it's going to be a case of trying to wrap around the side here and slowly do some flank attacks and slowly do these hammer and anvil strikes upon all of these pikes, so these urbans. Because although these urbans will win on a one-to-one fight, if they can't wrap around the edges of these pikes, they're pretty much going to be halted. So I see JackFrost's general here. I'm going to go in for a strike. If I can knock out his general with a strike, it's going to affect the morale for all of the Julii units and cause hopefully mass panic.
The gods have...
There we go.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. So it is time to press the attack.
It's going to affect the morale for these Julii units, and they've already started to rout. I'm now going to come in here with a nice slice charge, and that's going to cause mass panic with Sampro's forces. You can see all of those urbans, they're all routing. My guys are coming around the side now, so Samcro's pretty much out of it. We've got just Talos left. He's got a couple of urbans left. They're getting surrounded. As you can see, these real pikemen, they're attacking aggressively. They're probably going to wrap around the sides. There's a couple of units that have come back, but they're pretty much going to be outnumbered.
The gods be praised!
There we go. And
the enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee.
These guys are surrounded, and Talos is throwing in the towel.
To savor. Roman arms have crushed the enemy!
So yeah, it was a great game, some really good teamwork there. And it's a heroic victory to the Heaven and Greek side versus the Brotherhood and JackFrost. Really well played with the Greek players. We worked well as a team. When we were playing this game, we actually had our mics on, so we were able to do some quick communication, so we knew exactly what was going on. Have a look at the kills. I've managed to knock out 1,830 kills. Kilo 835 and Greece 1,433 kills. So there, all those archers, they've managed to get loads of kills on those urbans and on the cav. JackFrost got 526 kills, Samcro 660, and Talos 610. So it's quite rare that you see that heroic victory. That's not to say that Samcro and Talos aren't good players in JackFrost, because they are. They're superb 31k players. But some days things fall into place, and some days things don't seem to pan out. So great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope maybe you picked up a couple of ideas. If you like what you've seen, please leave a little comment. It'd be great to see who actually watches these videos. And thanks once again for watching this battle. This is Biscuits signing out. Thank you. Bye.